just shut up and dribble. Remember when Laura Ingraham almost got banned from, like, had boycotts from her sponsors boycott her for saying that about LeBron James when he said something stupid about gun control? Well, yeah, now he's basically saying the same thing to the general manager of the Houston Rockets, Morey. I forget his first name. So, anybody who's not been watching the news at all or been on the internet for the last 2 weeks, the general manager of the Houston Rockets tweeted out support for the freedom protesters in Hong Kong. And China got pissed and started talking about boycotting the NBA, and then everybody in the NBA from just coattailed and apologized to the Chinese government. And I honestly, I would not have a problem with them apologizing or anything like that because it is affecting their bottom dollar. And yeah, no, that's what your company, your job is to make money. But the NBA has been out there for years saying you're not just a player, you're a voice. Use it. You have a platform. If you don't use it, you are a horrible person. If you're not using this platform to push your beliefs, as long as those beliefs line up with the woke culture of the left, because obviously they don't care about freedom. They have no standards, because the Chinese government is a horrible, evil government. That objectively, no one can say they're not. They've killed 65 million people. The Chinese government has. They persecute Christians, Muslims, Jews, any religious group. They persecute on a regular basis. In the NBA and it's not just the NBA. It's companies all over the world, all over the United States that want to get cheap goods or make money by selling to the Chinese people. But, yeah, then LeBron James, he got in there and he talked about he's like, oh, he just doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's uninformed. LeBron James, who 2 years ago talked about gun control. Does anybody really think LeBron James knows anything about guns at all? Because I promise you he doesn't. Because if he did, I'm sure he can quote the same talking points the left always use, 40,000 deaths. Doesn't know that two-thirds of those deaths are suicides and aren't gun violence deaths. Or that 90% of the gun violence deaths in this country are inner-city gang violence that is located in 5 cities. He will never say stuff like that. And like there's way more stuff to know about on the gun control debate than there is in this Hong Kong, China, who is the right side? Because the right side is obvious. The right side is the Hong Kong protesters. They're protesting freedom. What they want is economic freedom, freedom of speech, right to elect their own leaders. That's it. And then the Chinese government wants to stifle dissenting voices. They want to kill people who don't agree with what they think. Like, it's black and white. There's no gray area in this where LeBron James said, oh, you don't have all the issues. You don't understand what's going on. No, I understand. Hong Kong is protesting for freedom, wants their freedom. The Chinese government are evil communist dictators. That's all there is to it. Okay. Other stuff that's going on. All I wanted to talk about was the Joker. And here I am. Syria. We're withdrawing troops from Syria. And every neocon and progressive liberal is furious. I don't know why. I do know why. But because... And I'm just going to say, I don't care. They say, oh, the Kurds are going to get slaughtered. First of all, the Kurds aren't really as good of people as the neocons claim they are. They're kind of sort of terrorist in Turkey. So, that's throw that out there. And it's like, oh, we're going to abandon them to genocide. And second of all, why do I care? They're not getting abandoned to genocide. That hasn't happened. They made a deal with the Syrian government and everything's fine. No one's getting genocided. But again, we have to protect the Kurds? Why? Why do we have to protect the Kurds? Why do our people have to die to protect them? Why isn't Israel doing something? Because that's really what this is all about. Israel, as everyone says, Kurds are our ally. No, Israel is our ally. And the Kurds don't like Iran, who doesn't like Israel. Why isn't Israel protecting the Kurds? That's who should do it. Because guess what? Israel is a badass country. They have a badass military and can protect the Kurds. And it's more important to them to us because it's actually in their best interest for the Kurds to be there. So that's something I haven't heard anybody say about. But it's Israel's job, not ours, to protect the Kurds. And second, who are we going to pick on that side? There's no, the Kurds who did help us fight ISIS. No one's saying they didn't. But they're not an actual, or Turkey. The Kurds, which isn't an actual country, it's a group of people in a region of Syria. Or Turkey, who is a NATO ally. We have a treaty with Turkey. So we're just supposed to back these people with no treaty that aren't a country over a actual treated ally? That doesn't make sense. That's bad. It's bad foreign policy. No. Saying we're abandoning. Either way, if any side we pick on that, we're going to betray a ally. So it's best that we just back away and say it's none of our business. Oh. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Joker movie. I saw the Joker movie, and I thought it was pretty good. And a little, kind of sort of communist propaganda. The Joker became a communist revolutionary character in that. And I don't know if that's communist propaganda going on, because they're very critical of rich people. Everybody, and then the one rich person in it is not portrayed in the best light. And then they talk about a people's revolution and stuff. But here's where I think it might be anti-communist, is that they end up using the psychopathic killer of the Joker as the face of the revolution. And that's just showing how gullible socialist and communist are, that they're just using anything to create violence and chaos. And they really, because the Joker talks in that he has no ideological sense. He's just a lunatic, crazy person who likes to kill people. And he ends up being the face of at the end of the movie, a full-on communist revolution. So I don't know if it's they criticize the rich a lot and don't make them look well. But then they also don't make the other people look well. I don't know how to take it. When I first got done with it, I was upset, saying, "Oh, this is just pushing communism." But the more I think about it, the more it's making the communists look bad, because they just start killing and rioting at the end because of a psychopathic lunatic starts killing and rioting for no reason, and they start doing it to start a revolution. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Joker. So, yeah. That's basically what's going on this week. The Democratic debates tonight, I may watch it. I might not. I think people are coming over here to cook out, or it's also a trivia night. So if I don't watch it, I'll watch highlights and still do a video of doing a recap. I'll be able to pretty much get the gist of it just by watching the highlights. But just hoping Tulsi Gabbard just destroys Liz Warren and Joe Biden. Just settle for one of them. Liz Warren, I wish she'd take out Liz Warren, because Joe Biden's done anyway with the Ukraine thing. And yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about the Ukraine thing, because the whole thing is just, there's not, everything that you need to know is out there, and there's nothing there. So we're not even going to talk about. I'm not even going to talk about that. But yeah, NBA kowtowing to China. Trump was right to pull troops out of Syria, and Joker. That's been the week. So thank y'all for watching. Hope you liked this. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.